Rouse's is proud of the creativity and the unparalleled entertainment in New Orleans, and honored to highlight it with their sponsorship of Steppin' Out on WYES.
I'm Peggy Scott Laborde, and welcome to Steppin' Up, with updates from the local restaurant, arts, and entertainment scenes. Joining me, what a show! Chef Amarys and Jordan Herndon. They are the proprietors of Palm and Pine, and we are talking to them from Palm and Pine. Hello, good to see you all. Hi, welcome. Jaren Atherholt, and she is with the group Lyrica Baroque, which is putting on the big NOLA Chamberfest. Hi, Jaren. Hello. Lynn Lightfoot, she is the president of the Symphony Chorus New Orleans, who have a performance this weekend, and we'll tell you all about that. Hey, Lynn. And also with us, the Historic New Orleans Collection's senior historian and exhibition curator, Mark Cave, who will tell us about a new exhibit celebrating the 75th anniversary of A Streetcar Named Desire, opening in conjunction with the Tennessee Williams Festival this weekend. Howdy, Mark. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Hello. And Alan Smason, speaking of. I like that cover. He is the editor, of course, of the Crescent City Jewish News and TheaterCriticism.com. Hello, Alan.
Hey.
Amarys and Jordan, you all are literally on the edge of the quarter on North Rampart, but your dishes range from New Orleans style to the South and way beyond the South. Tell us about what you all are trying to achieve at the restaurant.
Yeah, we say we cook cuisine from the South and south of that, but first and foremost, we're a New Orleans restaurant.
Yeah, we moved to the city 15 years ago to cook in the city, and we went to culinary school and got into some good restaurants, and for us to have the opportunity to cook in the city and have a restaurant, which is pretty awesome for us. First and foremost, it kind of has to fit the space that we're in.
Yeah. We
definitely. I'm sorry. We just definitely have to be a New Orleans restaurant first and foremost.
I love hearing that. Now we have some photos, but first, why don't you show us? You've got some show and tell, some new additions to the menu. Show us what you got.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We're all about crawfish right now, of course, like everyone else.
Yeah, so we have this little...
Okay, hold it up. You're going to have to hold it up there. Look at that. Oh, it looks delicious. Yes. And what's that called?
Crawfish. This is our crawfish ragu.
Ooh.
And what we have here is black-eyed peas, some sweet corn we just got in, some roasted turnips, and that's all cooked down with shellfish and corn stock. And then right before it gets plated, it gets mounted in with a lot of butter, of course, and then lots of fresh herbs. And we have a little crawfish fritter on top.
That sounds great. Well,
Yeah,
as we talk, we're going to go to some photos and show of the restaurant. It's a beautiful restaurant, and I think there's definitely a little bit of a Caribe feeling there too, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. We like it to be really vibrant and bright and feel energetic. We also have a private dining room on the other side of the restaurant that's a little more sultry and jazzy. But over here, we like to keep it loud and vibrant and bright.
Yes. And look, oh my goodness, what a wonderful selection. We were there, my husband and I were there dining the other night at our special WYES dinner. And I mean, everybody was just, the pork belly, I mean, there's so much creativity. And tell us about this dessert.
Oh, that's our cane syrup pie. That's been on the menu. Well, since we were a pop-up, really, we started doing it.
That's a signature, huh?
So, yeah, Jordan came up with the pie recipe, and then I made the preserved lemon ice cream, and it was a perfect marriage.
And you're just three blocks off North Rampart, and I know a little bit later you're going to show us a drink because you have quite a few wonderful beverages on that beverage menu too, right?
Yes, Kimberly Patten Bragg is a genius. We love having her here. She does a great job.
Good. Well, we'll see you just a little bit later. But now we're going to go to Jaren, and this chamber festival, we have to really point out, it's very much of a learning experience for emerging musicians, plus, though, the general public gets to see some incredible seasoned musicians, don't they?
Yes, so NOLA Chamber Fest is presented by 3 organizations, Lyrica Baroque, the New Orleans Friends of Music, and the University of New Orleans. And this collaboration is really the epitome of what Lyrica Baroque is all about. And so the festival opens with the UNO concert presenting the Catalyst Quartet. And to open that concert, we have young musicians from our emerging ensemble division, which is sponsored by the New Orleans Friends of Music, who will be performing. And
Jaren, before we go much further, though, why don't we roll in a clip, because we have a little bit of a preview of both of those groups. It's the NOLA Winds, who are the emerging musicians, and the Catalyst Quartet, and they'll both be performing at the upcoming NOLA Chamber Festival. Let's take a listen. Okay. Jaren, so the more experienced musicians give master classes during the festival, don't they?
That's right. We host an online competition. The Catalyst Quartet, who you're seeing now, judged that competition. And then the winners get to participate in master classes. We also have a creativity day, which involves community partners from the Roots of Music, Crescent City String Academy, and Palacio House of Arts for younger kids who are just embarking on their chamber music experiences.
Now, do they receive the master class? Do they receive prize money? How does that work?
Yes, the competition winners receive prize money, and they receive the opportunity to play in a master class. And our creativity day with our community partners, they are receiving master classes from other musicians from New Orleans, Trenton Thomas, and also Tadeo Coelho, and just a day of fun and community and friendship. It's going to be an amazing festival.
Absolutely. So in terms of the general public, let's talk about at least 2 of these. Once again, the opening night, the groups that you just saw, and that will be at UNO. Is that correct? The Performance Center? Is that right?
That's right. At the recital hall, gorgeous hall at UNO. You can find tickets through Eventbrite by
just check
looking
out
up
Eventbrite. Yes,
musical excursions.
Absolutely. And then the closing night, that's really something too, because the musicians from Marlborough are nationally and internationally known too. Huh?
That's right. So the Friends of Music is known for bringing in unbelievable, world-renowned chamber groups, and so we are so proud to partner with them for our festival finale, which will be at Dixon Hall at Tulane University, and tickets can be found at friendsofmusic.org.
Well, congratulations to you all, because look at this. Lyrica Baroque, the group that you and your husband founded, has been involved with the New Orleans community for many years, and our friend Sarah Jane McMahon and many other fine musicians are very much a part of it. You all perform throughout the year, but this is something you're really developing a new audience, aren't you?
We are. You know, we've evolved from a group of musicians performing once a year in the French Quarter to a nonprofit that serves by building community through chamber music. So we're so so grateful. Thank you all. We hope to see you out there this weekend.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jaren. And now it's time to go over to Alan.
Well, Peggy, there's only one weekend left for the wonderful show that's over at the BB Stage Door Canteen, written by Brittany Williams. And, of course, this is One Night with Billie and Ella. Again, BB Stage Door Canteen presenting this. Although the two never really met in real life, this imagined setting allows us to appreciate two of the biggest names in blues and jazz. Kenna Moore stars as the Billie Holiday role, and Chloe Marie Johnson stars as Ella Fitzgerald. The two sing in their own natural voices. They're not trying to imitate, but rather emulate those performers. Backed up by a jazz trio that's led by Harry Marone. They begin by singing a swinging duet of Give Me the Single Life before Kenna launches into the blues-tinged ballad of God Bless the Child by Billie Holiday. And Chloe gets to sing Ella's first big hit, which was A Tisket a Tasket. They harmonized in things like Fat Swallows Ain't Misbehavin'. And there's a scene where they actually lead up to the showcasing of Strange Fruit, the anthem written against lynching in the South. Of course, other wonderful composers include the great American songbook writers George and Ira Gershwin and Cole Porter. The conceit of the show is really very simple, well-researched, and the costumes are also excellent. Look at that. And the two stars do a wonderful job of really doing a great job of bringing back these legendary ladies of song. One Night with Billie and Ella will conclude performances this weekend. Meanwhile, we talked about Harry Marone. He was part of the opening last night at the Hotel Monteleone for the Tennessee Williams New Orleans Literary Festival. There he is with the marionette. That was the debut for Tennessee. And also, Peggy, you know this, festival president Lawrence Henry Gobble made a presentation of a portrait of Blanche Dubois that was photographed by the late Roy Gust, of course. And again, we are so happy that you received that special recognition from the festival.
Well, I am the immediate past president, just to explain.
Yes, yes.
And that is these are by day, these are Rena Hellfire, who is with the Skillet Serenaders who performed last night. But thank you. But go ahead.
All right, let me get on to some of the theater options for this week. First off, on Friday, Amor Perdido, I think that means Lost Love. That's going to be at the Williams Research Center for the Historic New Orleans Collection. And then a world premiere will be held on Saturday afternoon with Justin Maxwell's Moise and the World of Reason. That is from 2:30 to 4 p.m. And again, on Sunday, check this out. The NOLA Project will be presenting 3 one-act plays by Tennessee Williams: Interior Panic, Honor the Living, and Portrait of a Madonna. Again, that's Sunday right before, you know what, the Stella and Stanley shouting competition.
And we should point out, for all information about tickets, there's the website, too.
Yes.
But moving on.
All right, the Comedy Zone. JPAS is bringing back a local lady, Allison Hotard, with 2 veterans of comedy, namely Will C. and Jared Langley. Well, they are both veterans of comedy because they are both veterans of the military service as well. You can check them both out tomorrow night and Saturday night. And meanwhile, Le Petit Theater is getting ready to present a new play, a regional premiere here of Tribes, a comedy about a deaf boy who is reared in a politically incorrect family. You can check that out starting in April. And here's something else about Tribes. This past Sunday was a wonderful opportunity to see the Mardi Gras Indian tribes come out again for the first time in 2 years. I had some pictures that I took. The costumes were up to the highest standards. Here they are greeting each other. There were chiefs, there were spy boys, flag boys, queens. I especially love taking pictures of the younger members who represent the continuation of these important traditions. There's nothing else like this in any other city that I know. So, just keep that in mind. This is our traditions here in New Orleans. And again, if you get a chance to see this, I really urge people to go out and see Super Sunday, always around St. Joseph's Day. Because of the Academy Awards, lastly, Peggy, the Seth Rudetsky concert will go on 6 hours earlier. It'll be at 1 o'clock, and it'll star Lauren Patten in Jagged, Little Pill of the Air. You see her, but she's going to be on the show with Seth. Again, she got a Tony Award for being in that show, and it should be wonderful. It should be great to see the two of them perform together.
All right. Thank you so much, Alan. And moving over to Lynn. And Lynn, many times we've had the Symphony Chorus performing in our studio, but this time, and we'll show you shortly a little bit of in rehearsal. But how long have you been involved with the Symphony Chorus?
I've been in the chorus for about 10 years. After Katrina, I moved away and came back to New Orleans, and I've been a singer all of my adult life, and was looking for something to do and joined the chorus. I've been very, very impressed. Stephen Edwards is really a master conductor and artistic director. It's been a pleasure to sing with him and being directed by him.
Absolutely. Now, Hayden's creation, that is quite a task, an incredible project to take on, and I know you all will have some soloists who are performing, with the chorus. So, and it's pretty impressive with Miss Mead and Mr. Wagner, and look at that, Joy Mead, who has a wonderful voice, and Robert Wagner, the singer, and who's also a noted teacher here, and Joel Colman of Temple Sinai. So that's pretty illustrious. But now it's time to go to, once again, Sunday at 2 o'clock. But let's go to, and thanks to Romney Richard, we have a glimpse of a rehearsal this past week of the creation with the Symphony Chorus New Orleans.
Awake the heart.
Stephen Edwards is so devoted to the Symphony Chorus and has been with it for many years, and he is a music professor at Delgado. But what a glorious space to be at Temple Sinai. That's got to be extra fun, too. Huh?
It is. It's a wonderful space. This is actually Central St. Matthew Church, where we've been rehearsing, but I was at Temple Sinai today just getting things set up for the concert. And we're really looking forward to being there. It's a beautiful space. Acoustically, it's beautiful as well. And they've been wonderful at assisting us in getting everything together.
And go to symphonychorus.org for more information and for tickets, too.
Of course.
Yes. Now, you were telling me earlier, though, that this concert was actually planned to be 2 years ago.
Exactly. This concert was probably one of the first to be canceled because of COVID. I think we got maybe a week and a half or 2 weeks notice and had to shut the whole thing down. And of course, there were no concerts going on last year. So we are so thrilled to be able to do this concert finally after 2 years.
Incredible. Once again, this concert will be this Sunday at 2 p.m. at Temple Sinai. And as we say, go to symphonychorus.org for more information.
Exactly.
And it's really a labor of love for the members. And you all end up doing about, 3 performances, 3 different projects during the season. And of course, the Messiah is one of your most famous ones. But lots of rehearsal that goes into all of this, doesn't it?
Exactly. And when we started rehearsing in September of last year, we really weren't sure whether we would be able to have any live performances. But we decided to take the chance and got our people together, socially distancing and wearing masks and everything else, in the hopes that we would be able to bring our beautiful music to the public, and here we are.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And moving over back down in the quarter, I tell you, we've got 2 guests in the quarter today, and that's Mark Cave at 520 Royal Street, part of the campus of the Historic New Orleans Collection. And Mark, this has got to be so exciting for you. I know you are a Tennessee Williams Scholar, but the 75th anniversary of Streetcar, and boy, do you have some swell stuff. Tell us about it.
Yeah, well, we've been collecting Tennessee Williams material for 20 years now. There was a collector, Fred Todd, who was very generous to us, and we've built an enormous collection, one of the largest collections in the world, and we wanted to do something special for the 75th anniversary of Streetcar Named Desire. And so we put together this exhibit in cooperation with other institutions around the country, the Harry Ransom Center in Texas, the Whitney Museum of Art in New York, the Victoria Albert Museum in England. And we just put together this fabulous exhibition that sort of begins during World War II, at the outset of World War II. And Williams writes to a friend saying that he thought the artistic climate was going to change dramatically as a result of the war, and people have different taste in art. And so we take the exhibition beginning there. We talk about the influences he had here in New Orleans.
And we're going to show, while we talk, if you don't mind, we're going to show and tell here, too. So go ahead, continue on.
But we talk about influences in New Orleans, various drafts of the script. You know, he really struggled over the course of a number of years to write the play. And he changed the setting. He had it set in Atlanta for a while, in Chicago. He changed the name of the characters. I think Stanley was originally named Ralph. So people will get a chance to explore his process in creating the play. And then we talk about how it was brought to life by this sort of all-star team of Broadway theater people. We talk about the 1951 film version and all of the adaptations to the script that needed to be done.
Yeah,
that's Tennessee Williams. Yeah, that was part of Maria St. Just's estate, and we purchased it from. We purchased it from Chrissy's.
Tell us about this.
Vivian.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Vivian Lee's Oscar that she won for Best Actress as Blanche. That's Elia Kazan's notebook, which is fascinating because he tries to create a backstory of the psychology of all the characters, and he wrote this in a book, but you can really see how he was directing the various actors and actresses. So it's an incredible thing. And you can read it, the whole thing, or you could just read snippets of it.
Yeah. Mark, how long did it take for you to compile all of these items and the information?
Well, we've been collecting items for 20 years now, but it really just 2 or 3 years of putting this exhibition together. And it was really a fun project to do during COVID.
Yeah. I can't help but notice, and you're very low-key about it, but when you were kind enough to give us a tour the other day of the exhibit, the original Thomas Hart Benton painting that depicts, the poker night of Tennessee Williams and, of course, in Streetcar. That is incredible, just to have that alone. And where did that come from? Remind us.
That came from the Whitney Museum in New York.
Just the Whitney Museum.
Yeah. And they were very generous about it. And it's such an interesting painting. And Jessica Tandy, who's featured in a see-through dress, hated the painting because she thought it sexualized the character of Blanche, which kind of took away from the poetic value of the play. But it's still a beautiful painting.
It certainly is. Now, you made reference to, I'd love to talk a little bit more about this wonderful gentleman, Fred Todd, because being involved with the festival, he came to the festival year after year, and he got to know you all.
Yeah, he would come to the festival every year. We usually have a party associated with the festival,
very kindly.
and he would come, and so we got to know him, and he decided to leave his collection to us and a fund that we could continue to buy additional Tennessee Williams materials with. And so it's been a very important part of our literary arts collecting and our tie-in with the festival each year.
Well, congratulations. And this is open now, of course, but all the way till July, huh?
Yeah, it'll be up through July 3rd, and it'll be exciting. We'll have a few events planned, which we'll talk about in future months. But.
Absolutely. And if folks don't realize, this is one of the newest facilities of the Historic New Orleans Collection, and it's at 520 Royal. Way back when, I worked at WDSU, and I know that address well. It's 520 Royal. But that is actually, where the city's first television station was located, and now it's this amazing facility full of art and history at the collection, Mark. Well, great. Well, we'll come back to you in a minute for a pick of the week. But let's go back over to Amarys and Jordan. And do you have something to show that we can virtually sip? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at that. Yeah.
All right. So we have a new cocktail on the menu. It's called This Coffee Might Be Tequila, and it's named for when you just have to put something a little extra in your coffee cup to get through the day. And it's made with tequila, shinola passion fruit liqueur, hoodoo chicory, and garnished with chicory coffee beans. And it is right up my alley. I love it.
I think that is absolutely great. Thank you all so very much. And moving over to Jaren. Jaren, looking ahead.
Well, we have a great concert coming up May 20th featuring the Harlem Quartet and musicians from Lyrica Baroque. And this will be at the University of New Orleans in their gorgeous recital hall. So be sure to visit our website and check us out.
Jaren, let me just ask you, you play the oboe. How did that come to be? How did you decide to take up the oboe?
You know, my father wanted me to play the oboe. I was born and raised in Fairbanks, Alaska. And he said, this will be a way for you to see the world. And he's right.
He's absolutely right. Okay. Thank you so much. Lynn.
Yeah. So the next thing that Symphony Chorus is planning is Requiem for the Living. Dan Forrest is a young American composer who has composed this. It has hit the world like wildfire. There have been at least 1,000 performances of this, and we're tentatively scheduling this for June 5th, the place to be determined. Again, look on our website for more information.
Okay, thank you so much. Mark.
The Tennessee Williams Scholars Conference. It's tomorrow at the Williams Research Center at 410 Charter Street. Scholars from all over the world kind of dive deep into Williams's work. This should be really, really fascinating.
You know, we should also, in conjunction with that, the collection does the Tennessee Williams Annual Review. Tell us a little bit about that, too.
Well, we've published that since 1998, and it includes essays regarding the work of Tennessee Williams from scholars all over the world. And this upcoming issue is focused on Streetcar, so there's a lot of good articles about not only this exhibition that we put together, but then things like the Soviet first production of Streetcar back in 1970. So it should be really fascinating.
All right.
And
great.
in that production,
Go ahead.
In that production, Mitch actually beats up Stanley and rescues Blanche at the end. So it's kind of a nice twist on the play.
Oh, gee, interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Alan.
Real quick, two things. I'm glad Jaren's father didn't say take up the tuba. And second, I'm thinking, Peggy, WDSU was formed in 1948. This is right around the same time as Tennessee's A Streetcar Named Desire.
Good point.
Went to the Walnut and then over to Broadway. So think about that as well. Next week, we'll usher in, however, the La Boheme by Puccini for the New Orleans Opera Association. And I want to encourage everybody to go there. This is going to be a really full-blown opera you can enjoy on Friday, April the 1st and Sunday, April the 3rd at the Mahalia Jackson Theater for the Performing Arts. And I'll see you at the theater.
All right, thank you. And now my picks. Don't forget the Congo Square Rhythms Festival and Treme Creole Gumbo Festival combined this weekend in Armstrong Park. Go to TremeCongoFest.com for a full schedule. Lots and lots of music. On Sunday, beginning at 3 p.m., a reception and then screening of Jason Barry's very acclaimed City of a Million Dreams documentary, which will take place at Xavier's Cotter Pharmacy Pavilion on the campus. The film, based on Barry's book, pays tribute to the rich history and culture of our city through the performance lens of African-American funeral traditions and second-line parades. It's a free event, such a deal. And a Louisiana Philharmonic Orchestra Quartet will perform this Wednesday evening at the Broadside. That's at 600 North Broad, that wonderful outdoor venue. All proceeds going to assist the Ukraine people. Go to eventbrite.com and type in Together for Ukraine for tickets and details. Thought you would enjoy seeing photos of St. Joseph altars around town. Thanks to Angela Romick for this photo of Our Lady of Holy Rosary. We've got Beauregard-Keyes House there, right there on Charter Street. And thanks to Dominic Massa for documenting altars at St. Catherine of Siena Church and St. Francis of Xavier in Metairie. Finally, check out the Art in Bloom exhibits at NOMA this weekend. And thank you all very much, my dear guests, and thank you for watching. Good night.
Rouse's is proud of the creativity and the unparalleled entertainment in New Orleans, and honored to highlight it with their sponsorship of Steppin' Out on WYES.